Roberts, who was the manager of Neil Young, just earlier on was talking about Bob Dylan. Well, we had a relationship with those guys, looking after the band in this late 80s history of the band. And Elliot, as I say, was a great guy. He managed Bob Dylan and Neil Young. And one night, I think we all kind of accept in history that Neil Young was having a tough time of it in the 80s. He was kind of making weird records with vocoders and all kinds of stuff, robots on the stage, and it was kind of a strange time. And you know, again, it's someone I took a lot of strength from. I went to see him in a place called the World Cafe in New York, and there was only like 250 people there to see him, and it was like, wow. You know, and then I was thinking, where's he going to go from here? And then a few weeks later, Elliot Roberts came to see us playing a concert up on the west coast of America, and he said, guys, I've got this new album from Neil Young, it's going to blow the world apart, it's going to be back big time. I want you guys to hear it. No one's ever heard it before, but because seeing I like it, I want you to hear it. So he gave us the cassette for the album that was coming out called Freedom. And we were going to be the first people in the world to hear it. And we went on our tour bus and we played it in the cassette. Remember cassettes? They were amazing. And we stuck it on in the back of the tour bus. And the great thing about the Freedom album, they had this song Rockin' in the Free World on it twice. He did an acoustic version and an electric version. And by the time the second version had played, I'd already written down all of the lyrics. And we'd worked out all of the chords. And we gave the cassette back to Elliot when we met him before the show. Came off the tour bus and said, Elliot, it's an amazing album. Neil's definitely back on form. It's going to do great. Here's the cassette. We went out on the encore and Elliot was stood in the crowd. And we got our guitars out. We came back out. That was off the Arkwell album. And we actually smashed into Rockin' in the Free World. And we blew the gig. Everyone was, all the alarm cars again, wow, what's this new song off the next album? It's amazing. Elliot Roberts came in the dressing room after the gig and he says, oh my God, Neil Young's gonna kill me when he finds out about this. Anyway, it was quite the opposite. Neil Young was seriously intrigued. He came to see us play in San Francisco. He couldn't stay for the whole show, but he saw us play Rockin' in the Free World, and he left a message for us on a styrofoam cup in the dressing room. Some lyrics mentioned. Anyway, a few weeks later we go by, and we're in New York City, and it's almost the last gig we played of the 1980s, 1989, December 89, and I came off the stage, and there, in the corner, was Neil Young himself, with his wife Peggy, and I went up to him and said, Neil, we're going to play your song. Do you want to come up on stage? He went, hang on a minute, better talk to the boss. And he spoke to his better half, and she said, okay. So Neil went, I'm in. And he goes, but hold on. There's a couple of provisos. He goes, I don't want to be introduced, and I don't want to sing. And I said, you can do what you like, Mr. Young. It's your song. So we go up on the stage and we start in the blackness, the acoustic guitar goes, the lights, the drums, everything comes in, the whole place is rocking, everyone's going crazy. Then there's a second enormous cheer as everyone realises the roadie at the back of the stage is actually Neil Young himself. Oh my God! Everyone goes mental. It was absolutely amazing. Now, as soon as we got to the first chorus, Neil Young, the man who didn't want to be introduced and sing, shuts me off the mic and goes, I'm Neil Young! Keep on rocking in the free world! Let's go! There's girls on the street, red, white, and blue. People sleeping in their feet. People sleeping in their shoes. song.